Black magic.
You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome back. Okay. Oh, okay, better. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of RatG TV. It's your boy Zeus, and joining me as he does every week, my boy, the Wellandwingnut himself, Steve Lambert. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. I'm feeling pretty cartoonish tonight, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, my whole life's pretty much felt cartoonish, so.
Right? Have we ever had a point where we haven't felt this way?
Right.
What's up, Luke Tough? Long time no see, buddy. Glad you can join us. And before you say it, yes, we know Blumhouse rules and Blumhouse for the Clanny Shark remake.
I've often said in the past that if a genie came along and I had a wish, that I would wish to be rich and to live in cartoon land for the rest of my life in between Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin.
Mine would be so much different. Just say it, just put it out there.
That's fair.
I just know Jessica Rabbit is involved somehow in mine. And yeah. Maybe Scrooge McDuck's mansion.
We applaud your honesty.
I mean, that's what makes the show, I guess. I have no idea. But welcome, everybody. Welcome, Luke Tuff. Welcome, Steve. Will, how are you, my friend? Good to see you as well. Blumhouse rules, Clanny. Damn it, you got me. Yes, I did, brother. I noticed. Clanny cartoon. Ooh, I like that idea. What about a Clanny cartoon? Oh, my God. We know so many artists. Dude, you do a show with an artist, like one of the best artists that we know, in Steve McGinnis. I mean, I'm putting it out there. Horror guy. Give us, oh my God, who better to do a Clanny Blumhouse horror movie than Steve frickin' McGinnis? I went frickin' there. I was channeling my inner Dr. Evil.
That was a good call.
Thank you. I thought it was fitting, honestly.
Yes.
So all this cartoon talk, this is what we're talking about. As you can see, Steve's got behind his head there that was from Futurama.
Right.
An episode of Futurama where they parodied Married with Children. This is coming off of us finding out that they are indeed in talks of creating a Married with Children animated series, which Steve and I are both just like, yes.
But so, please, don't water it down.
Well, I mean,
I get that they're going to have to maybe a little, but it has to capture the essence.
Yes, capture the essence, but make it progress. So now, instead of Al being the one that's always kind of like the chauvinist, the whatever, he's still trying to progress as he goes. But he's got, just think of Marcy as cancel culture.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So,
and there's just so many questions. Like, are we going to pick up? Like, is it going to be back in those times so we can that same dynamic? Is it going to be
absolutely? I say it happens before 7. We completely ignore 7. Completely ignore 7.
And Buck. We have the original Buck.
Is that voice actor still alive?
I mean, Cheech did it for a couple episodes.
Yeah, he did. But did he do? Oh, yeah. But I didn't know. That's not the voice I think of when I think of Buck.
No, it's when they show him in human form. That guy.
Right.
He was like an executive or a producer or something like that. And he did the voice.
Far out, man. Love to see a Deadpool cartoon. Obviously not a kid's version. Have to be Ryan R. voicing it. Yeah. So Deadpool's appeared in a couple cartoons, which has been great. He's been in the Ultimate Spider-Man a couple times, and their crossovers have been great, to be honest. And then there's the Wolverine versus Hulk cartoon that's about 45 minutes long, ultra violent. Deadpool's in it, and it's voiced, if I'm correct, by Will Friedle, who also voiced Ron Stoppable. He also did Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. But most people might know him from Boy Meets World. He's the older brother, Corey Matthews' older brother. So, yeah, I just went deep dive there. As long as someone still scored 4 touchdowns in a single game for Pocahontas. Here's the beauty of it. We get to see that. We get to have that flashback and see the cartoon version of Al scoring 4 touchdowns in one game. And Steve and I don't have to be the old guys going, oh, I don't like who they cast to play a young Al Bundy. As I get soloed here with Al there, Al/Steve leaving. And also, Greg Switzer, I want to send out my condolences to That's Entertainment, a staple in the Niagara region, one of the last bastions of video stores. And it was a sad day when we heard that That's Entertainment was shutting down. So we will all miss That's Entertainment, that's for sure, and their popcorn. And speaking of Al Bundy, 4 touchdowns in one day, baby.
Kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Really? Yeah, right? Why didn't you have that on already?
It's very hot, so.
Lake Street. I love that Greg's corrected me on the street that it was before I even said it, because every time. Well, see, that's what happens when you're not a sponsor of the show. We're not obligated to write it down. So no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like I said, it will definitely be missed. A great store. And you know what? I should probably, because I'm using my phone as my camera, I couldn't use it or come on here to make the broadcast public for everybody else. So only people seeing us right now are the people on Ryan's All Things Geek and all the other places. But here, let me do that real quick. Edit audience so that everybody can know we are going live. I don't know why StreamYard does that just with my personal one, but hey, if you're just joining us, welcome. Hello, everyone. So as we're saying, today we are talking what TV shows we would like to see become cartoons. As you can see,
viewers,
look, Supernatural even was a cartoon. They did an episode with Scooby-Doo, which was pretty dope.
And we talked about this before the show. It seemed like in the 80s when we were kids, if it was a hit show, they tried to make it into a Saturday morning cartoon.
Right. Or they took, like, someone who was popular. Like A-Team, you and I both kind of thought there was an A-Team cartoon, but there was a Mr. T cartoon.
Right.
Which was basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But there was other ones, and I'm going to go through some here that you had up here. Now, I remember Mork and Mindy, but I don't remember it too much. Like, I don't remember that poodle thing.
Yeah, this was like early 80s. So we would have been like 5-6 years old probably.
Right. And then there was the Real Ghostbusters. That was a good one.
Yeah.
And it's funny they called it the Real Ghostbusters because there was another Ghostbusters cartoon at the time that had come out.
That's right.
Do you remember this one?
Oh, shit.
Right? The Dukes of Hazzard cartoon.
Go train.
Mr. T with his gymnastics team. That's what I remember. Not really the same as the A-Team. But I mean, he was the same. Right. During the 80s, everything that Mr. T was in, he was Mr. T. Whether it was DC Cab, A-Team, or Mr. T's cartoon, or Rocky 3. He's always Mr. T. There's no swaying from that. And we love him for it.
We do. Did you watch this TV show? I Pity the Fool.
I think I watched a couple episodes, but it wasn't my jam.
Yeah.
What about this one? You remember this one? Do you know what this is?
Oh my God, yes.
Punky Brewster. Battlestar Galactica cartoon. I would watch that only if it was based on the new one. Or if there was a way they could merge it with the old school one and the new one. But I need me some Trisha Helfer Cylons, not the toaster Cylons. Other Ghostbusters cartoon was from Filmation. I think they had a flying jalopy and a gorilla. Yes, that's right. Wasn't the Real Ghostbusters for sure. Punky Brewster, that's right. And then, of course, there was Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling.
Rockin' Wrestling.
Wrestling. Fabulous. Okay, so we got Bobby the Brain Heenan,
Yeah.
Big John Studd, Roddy Piper, Iron Sheik, Fabulous Moolah, and Nikolai Volkov. Then we've got, I can see Hillbilly Jim just over the head of Junkyard Dog, Hulk Hogan, Junkyard Dog, Andre, and Superfly.
And Jimmy
Snuka, Superfly.
No, little Jimmy.
Oh, was that his name? I'm like, who was that? Did you
Billy.
ever catch the old
Billy.
Star Trek cartoon? Almost 4 seasons. Yes, but here's the thing, Greg. I'm not a fan of the original Star Trek, and I'm a Trekkie. I just can't get into the Captain Kirk. I love the takes of Captain Kirk. I love the original Star Trek in the movies, if that makes sense. But I didn't like the original show in the 60s. But when it was more of a reimagined take, when they were doing the movies in the late 80s, early 90s, I was like, okay, this I can get into. Even the whale one. Like, come on, who didn't love when they did
the whale in the room?
Right. But that was the one where Spock, Bones, and Kirk went camping, and they sang row, row, row. I can't believe I remember that. Oh, my God. I haven't seen that in easy 30 years. But, yeah. A team cartoon. They could make a tank from a garden shed. Imagine what they could make in a cartoon world. Enterprise slings to mind.
Maybe on someone's list.
It was just fun to see what they could do with a Star Trek back then with no budget restrictions. Yeah, for sure. I just never really watched the show, and I should go back to it, but the animation's so kind of outdated. And if I didn't watch it then it's hard for me to watch it now. Right. And then there was these some other honorable mentions. There was the Rambo cartoon, RoboCop, and of course Beetlejuice. These all being, of course, based on movies, not TV shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be giving our top 5s. We're looking at you. Give us what's a TV show that has never been animated that you would love to see get the animated treatment. You can't say The Boys because they just got diabolical. I mean, I'm not talking about an attitude because they've always been diabolical, but they have the show as well. Alf cartoon, that's another great one that was out there. Gordon Shumway. That's how we all found. Well, didn't all find out. We found out his name on the show, but that's where it was.
And all you can eat cat buffets on Melmac.
Right. When we met his girlfriend, Roxanne.
I'm not sure.
I think it was Dude, I can't walk into the room and remember what I walked in the room for. I'm just gonna put that out there. Yeah. Happy Days cartoon. Was there a Happy Days cartoon? I feel like there may have been.
I think the Fonz guest starred on like Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
There was a Little Rascals cartoon for sure. The Fonz and the Happy Days gang was a cartoon.
Yeah, Saturday morning for us growing up was just so awesome.
And there were so many things it's just easy to forget about. Ones that were out there because, like we said, that was one that was there. You can put up some comments too if you see them there, Steve. Feel free. Happy Days. Yeah, there it is right there. The Fonz and the Happy Days gang. I vaguely remember this photo. Remember the Happy Days cartoon? Or maybe it was Laverne and Shirley. They had a cartoon as well. I'm pretty sure. They might be obvious, but Friends and How I Met Your Mother are ripe for animated picking. Yeah? Yeah, I can see that.
Rhonda. I think you're right.
Rhonda. Yes, you are absolutely right. It was Rhonda. I had the R right. Ha!
Ha!
Ah!
Yeah, classic.
Awesome. All right. So without further ado, why don't we get to our...
As we cover the sponsor.
Oh, can I just say... The Rock... I don't like tequila. But wow. The Rock rocked it.
How does it smell?
It smells like what The Rock was cooking. And the Rock was cooking a guava. Is that how you say it?
Sure.
Agueva?
Agueva.
Firefly. Right. Firefly. But I feel like there was a Firefly cartoon though. Like at least a Firefly movie, like animated movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Bastards canceled too soon. You know what? And I just saw a top 5 list of like canceled shows that were like the most outrageous to fans, and it topped the list again. And this is 2022. This is what, 20 years almost removed?
At least.
So like, and we're still crying about it. How about animated Knight Rider? Or was there?
See, that's one I thought there was already too.
I am going to check right now, but that would be pretty dope. You remember they had? No, I'm not seeing anything for it. Oh wait, missed something there. You remember there was a Car? There was Kit, and then his evil twin Car.
No, I don't remember that.
There was like an opposite one. His name was Car.
Do you remember what KIT stood for?
Oh my god, no, but I can Google it. Like
Knight Industries 2000.
Wait, what? Okay,
like
yeah,
TT 2000.
Yeah. I mean, all right. Woo! Yeah, good job. Yeah, I'd be down with that, I guess. Knight Rider would be all right. The movie was Serenity. Can't remember a cartoon. No, I remember Serenity, but I think there is a Firefly cartoon. Are we all thinking of Knight Rider boat clip from The Simpsons? Yeah, I think so. Knight Rider. Keith Lemon did a sketch. Shite Rider. Does that count? It should. If it doesn't, it should. All right, Steve. You want to do your top 5 list?
Yeah, man. Let's get her started.
All right. So, well, before we get to the top 5 list, I just want to remind people as well. Steve also does a 5-second movie review. This week, you're reviewing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm waiting for you to say the name. He's just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Would be cool if they made a cartoon series. Why do I feel like I've seen that too in cartoon form?
But Luke will want to tune in next week because next week my review is going to be the remake of Firestarter.
Burn. You know, the Hoff would come back for a voiceover.
And he'd want to sing.
And he'd want to sing, and he'd want a Carl's Jr. What, too soon? Before you do your list, can I just point out 2 of my favorite, what I think 2 live action, well, just 1 live action should become a cartoon? Whoops.
Yeah.
They're just saying, The Adventures of Iron Uncle and Electronut.
That would be a great Saturday morning cartoon.
Or we just make it Zeus and the Wellandwingnut. But yeah,
Yeah.
that could be one of our personas.
Yeah.
Firestarter. Yes, please, Steve. All right. Well, we start this off every week. Steve starts us off with his top 5. You've got these ranked in order already?
Yeah, they're in order, I believe. Yes.
All right. So start us off, buddy.
Yeah, so this one, I thought it was kind of cheating, but then I vaguely remembered there being a TV show made after this popular movie. As I have my notes mixed up here. Yeah, there was a 1987 movie, Harry and the Hendersons, was a huge hit, made $50 million. And then on NBC, there was a TV show that ran for 3 seasons. I was honestly surprised it ran that long.
You know what, though? I remember it
remember
ran
watching
even
it.
longer.
Yeah.
And the dad on the Harry and the Henderson show that took over for John Lithgow, I forget what his name is, but that's the same guy that he played Senator Kelly in the original X-Men movie.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. That guy
is that's not Barry Bostwick though. I always make him mix him up from Spin City.
Right. And then this next one, we kind of talked about it before the show. There was a Mr. T cartoon that ran on NBC for 3 seasons on Saturday mornings. But I would like to see, as Luke said, an A-Team cartoon. there was the comic book in the 80s that was big. Mr. T was just everywhere, like you said it. You know what I mean? You could get Mr. T, just like you could get the little Rambo kits that came with the knife and the thing. You could get the Mr. T kit, right?
Which was basically a necklace and feather and feather earrings.
Yeah.
My mom just kept stealing for roach clips.
Right. Yeah, I think an 18 cartoon would be pretty dope.
Yeah, I agree. I'd be down with that. This next one that you got on the list, I would really like to see this, but I want to see where the next live one's going as well.
Yeah, we got, as you said, the live one's coming out. It's been far removed. One of those shows that fans weren't happy with the season finale, so it'd be interesting to see where the live action takes this. But I just think there's so much potential with a Quantum Leap cartoon. Ran for 5 seasons. Great show. I own it on DVD. Dean Stockwell and Scott Bakula is he there?
Again, the new one's coming out soon. I really hope Scott's in this one. I hope that's the whole point of this show is that they're trying to find Sam.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, we can explain Dean Stockwell being gone because he died. Just be like, yo, he died. And still, years later, Scott Bakula's pattern still stuck in this time travel machine thingy thing. Yeah, I'd be down to see that, though. The cartoon end and that. Sam never made it home yet. I think that's how this one ends.
Yeah. Everybody remembers, what was it? TGIF?
Yeah, I hate you for this pick.
I mean, it was a great show.
Was it?
And one of those characters, when it ran, it was. I don't know if you go back and rewatch this one. It was actually a spinoff of Perfect Strangers, which is weird because Harriet was the mom. And I mean, it could have been a spinoff of Die Hard because
it's a different cop.
But I think Steve Urkel was just born to be a cartoon. He was supposed to be a really big character on this show. But
he was supposed to be a one and done, I think.
Yeah, he just took over, and the banter between him and Carl Winslow was just great. This was weird. It ran for 8 seasons on ABC and then a 9th season on CBS.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Well, I mean, good for CBS, I guess.
They tried.
They always do. They always try. They're always like, we'll try. Oh, well, we'll just make a new CSI. That's where we'll make our money back. CSI Buffalo.
Right. Yeah. 20 years from now, it'll be CSI Biloxi.
Right. Love Cosby Show. Be a fair comment. Maybe not. Listen.
You see, the thing about the cartoons is
no, it's
the kids don't know what the cartoons in the 80s was all about.
No. You get your Jello pudding. Okay. Cosby Show, yes. Bill Cosby, no.
Yeah.
Heathcliff Huxtable, yes. Bill Cosby,
no.
Roseanne Connor, yes. Roseanne, what is Roseanne's last name again? Barr? No. Was that a Cubs game?
That's what I'll always remember. I can't remember, but that's what I'll remember her for.
Yeah.
Grabbing her crotch and spitting on home plate.
Yeah, some would say she didn't get fired soon enough. All right, what's your
my final one? I want to see this so bad because I want to see the story told as it was in the graphic novel, and I want to see the Walking Dead animated series and tell the OG story, man, front to back. Like, let's just do this. Come on.
Yeah, this has Amazon Prime written all over it.
Drop the spinoffs. Focus on this.
Yeah, if anyone could do this, Amazon Prime can. They've already got Kirkman's Invincible going on. I
didn't start reading till 100 episodes or 100 issues in is about when I started. I think maybe 80 something issues in is when I picked it up because that's when the TV show came along. And it was probably season 2 when I started reading them, I think. So I just, be loyal to those fans that have been with you those years prior to the hit TV show.
Yeah.
And tell the original story.
Yeah, man. I think I'm going to have to do some research too before Comic-Con comes, because I think I'm going to have to be. I think I might be hosting Jesus's panel.
You mean Aaron?
Jesus.
Oh
no, not Jesus. No, I'm sorry. Ross.
Yeah, Aaron.
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 Right. Sorry. Walking Dead would be awesome. I know a production company that could help.
So yeah, you definitely need to do some research, including getting his name right.
Jesus. Jesus. All right. All right. We'll do my top 5 here. Why am I kind of out of order here? Okay, well, we'll start here. So number 5 on my list, I think this one was kind of a no-brainer. This was a show from way back in the 80s that you and I grew up on. This was the A-Team era, Fall Guy. But this really, I've always been into superheroes, and this may have been my first introduction to a live-action superhero outside of Christopher Reeve's Superman, and that was the hit show, Greatest American Hero. Why are you laughing?
No, this should have been a cartoon to begin with.
it basically was.
It would have lasted longer.
Yeah. It was a great show. It was a lot of fun. Believe it or not, it's just me. But I could definitely see this one as an animated. I would love to see it. And maybe even give it a little bit more of maybe you can go more adult with it. Or maybe you just keep it nice and innocent like it was. I don't know. But either way, I definitely think it's a show that could make it. MacGyver, spelling is not right. You are correct there. It's a Y. But MacGyver as a cartoon, maybe. This is what I'm thinking. How about, with Amazon Prime, what they've shown us with their cartoons is that they can go, there's that of course, we just talked about, Diabolical, the boys cartoon that came out that was quite violent. And the other one, we were just talking about 2 seconds ago, that Amazon Prime has that's very violent cartoon. But they also have the Dungeons and Dragons game or cartoon, The Legend of the Vox. So I think, even though it's not Amazon Prime, HBO would have to do this, and they've already got the Harley Quinn one, which is very violent. Give me a Dexter cartoon. This is the one I really want to see and see it done well. Stargate would be good too. Invincible, thank you. Invincible is what we were talking about.
This could definitely work as a cartoon for sure.
Mm-hmm. And especially as an adult cartoon, really.
Yeah.
And adult cartoons mean something so much different.
Yeah, not Fritz
in 2022 than what it did in, say, 1990.
Yeah, not Fritz the Cat, not heavy metal.
Right. It doesn't mean sex right away. Yeah. Hannibal cartoon. Yeah. Steve would be down with that one, I know.
Yeah.
This one, I think both Steve and I would agree on. We're both kind of fans of this one, and that's Big Bang Theory. Sorry about the horrible picture there. I thought it was a little better pixelation there. But we both love this show. It's one of those shows that gets a lot of hate, and you do you, folks. But we like our highbrow humor.
It's a perfect opportunity to make Sheldon even more animated.
Right, and I think this is the only way you get
Howard. Oh my God, Howard!
Right? Oh my, make it R-rated, and then you see the robot shit. But yeah, I think it would be made for it, and probably the only way you get all of them back to do anything like that. Hannibal from Silence of the Lambs or Hannibal from the A-Team. Maybe a crossover. Ooh, I like that. 90s adult cartoon, Flesh Gordon, very different to modern day cartoons. Yes, Flesh Gordon nowadays would be about somebody who has some kind of flesh-eating disease. But yes, Flesh Gordon back then was more akin to a fleshlight. Another show I would like to see get the cartoon treatment, only because, much like Firefly, we only got one season of it. and that is the Judd Apatow High School series, Freaks and Geeks. I don't know. I just need to see more of this. One season wasn't enough, and yeah, I know this may not have aged well just because James Franco, but the show itself was pretty good. So I would be down for seeing that. And then, of course, it's me. What else is going to be my number one pick? Just give me an I-chord. Boom, boom. Down, down, down. Down, down. Yeah, give me a Night Court animated series. I need more. I need more episodes with Harry, Dan, Rob.
Exactly, and that's the only way you can do this one now. Obviously, with so many of the cast members gone.
Yeah, I don't need, like. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy we're getting the revival with Melissa Rauch, who was from The Big Bang Theory, who's playing Harry's daughter. We're getting John Larroquette back. We were supposed to have Marky Post, but she passed away.
Not to go on a tangent, but so I'm watching. My next guest needs no introduction. The newest season of the David Letterman Netflix talk show.
Oh yeah,
and one of his guests was Ryan Reynolds, and he was interviewing Ryan Reynolds at his home in Vancouver, and they're talking about early in his career and before Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. He talks about being as a guest appearance on a sitcom, and Dave asked, "Well, what sitcom?" And he's like, "I'd rather not say." He's like, the star of the show. You know, they're just talking about Hollywood and how it changes people and how he always wanted to be him.
Yeah.
And this experience being a guest star in this particular sitcom, the lead actor wouldn't even rehearse with him. So I got curious. He wouldn't say who it was. Quickly throw up his IMDb. Only sitcom prior to that he was on as a one-off guest appearance, and it kills me. The John Larroquette Show.
Maybe it was a bad day.
Yeah. Bad week, yeah.
Oh, why you gotta do that, dude? Why you gotta bring shit down always? It's like when we do the news and you start off with death all the time.
Right. Which we're not doing this week. Hold on, let me wait.
Wait. Pull that shit up. In the meantime, someone could have died. Just like last time. So yeah, that's my top 5. Greg said instead of Freaks and Geeks, I take a second season of Undergrads. Undergrads. I don't remember Undergrads. I remember, what was the other one that he did? That's not the one. The second Judd Apatow show he did with Charlie Hunnam and Seth Rogen. That was maybe it was Undergrads. I don't know. How about a cartoon of Amber and Johnny Scooby-Doo gang could get involved with the mystery of who did the poo-poo?
And then they rip off Amber Heard's mask, and it's Amber Heard.
Old woman Heard.
Amber Turd.
Old woman Heard. Yeah, we're good. Undergrads was a cartoon from 2000-ish. Oh, gotcha. There are some cartoons that should get the live action treatment as well. But we get most of them, so we're good. So that was it. That was both our top 5s. What'd you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you'd like to see. Old man Amber Heard.
It was Old Man Amber.
This entire time. Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at that time where Steve does his movie review. But before we do that, it's time to pay some bills and let you know. Listen, if you're looking for internet in your area and you're looking to save some money but not cheap out on, your actual internet usage or the internet power coming in. I don't know the words that go with the internet. I'm not a smart man. But what I will tell you is, if you want to save money without sacrificing any of your internet usage, you want to give Tony a call over at docnet.ca. You see the wingnut pointing over to it right there. Docnet.ca services places all over Ontario, Quebec. If you're looking for a cheaper way without losing any service whatsoever, give Tony a call over at docnet.ca, connecting the world to to your home. DocNet, the proud sponsor of Steve's 5-second movie review. Early. So this week you got a movie.
Yeah, I watched The Lost City with Sandra Bullock and our main man there,
Channing,
Mr. Tatum.
and don't forget Brad Pitt.
That's right. Yeah, can't forget Brad Pitt.
I mean, you might want to, but yeah. So you watch this movie, you can already see where
but my poker face is horrible tonight.
Yeah, your poker face is absolutely horrible tonight. So I watched this movie as well, but I am looking forward to seeing what you said. If you're looking for internet in your area, you want to save money at no loss service, DarkNet is your man. Call Tony. Yes, thank you, Luke. I think we still have a sponsor.
I'm not sure if I want to, if I really wanted, for the first time ever, wanted to extend this review to maybe 7 seconds, or we could even shorten it to 3 seconds. I mean, we could really go either way.
You know what? I'll give you the 5 and just start at 3 if you want. How about that?
That works.
Folks, if you've never seen this before, so what happens is Steve takes a movie. I give him 5 seconds that's put on the board there for him to review said movie. And this week, as we said, said movie is the Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum joint, The Lost City. So, Steve, if you're ready, it's time to play Steve's 5-second movie review by Steve. Yeah. Jazz hands. I always got to go back to the lizard. I don't know why. Just say it's an awful, mate. Listen, Luke. You're not a frog and I'm not a rabbit. Let's not jump ahead.
I'm not going to lie. I wish I could muster a fart right now.
All right. Before we spoil too much more, I am going to put 5 seconds on the board. Sir, if you are ready, you may begin now. Ladies and gentlemen that are listening to this only, the Wellandwingnut is just shaking his head back and forth in utter discontent. Wow. So, Steve, what'd you think of this movie?
I love Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Sandra's my girl. I love
Sandy B.
Over the years, Channing Tatum has won me over.
Yeah. As a person.
He's won me over. I'm not going to lie. This is such a horrible piece of crap. This movie was found in Johnny's bed. There was a photo of it. There's a photo of it. It got leaked.
My dog stepped on a bee. Sorry.
It wasn't even a solitary. It got leaked. Literally. This was a runny, corn-filled.
It's a 5 movie, says Ron Corbo. Maybe a 0.5. Wow. So you didn't like it at all? What before we get into that, give me your score. Let's get to a score. What do you give this movie out of 5?
Out of respect for the said cast that we mentioned and how much I love them and enjoyed their work and like them as people, I was nice and I gave them each a half a point. So totaling those, if you're not good at math, that equals 1. Up from its initial 0.
Okay. So I watched this too. I don't know if I would rank it quite as low as you did. It was pretty trash. So it's kept up the whole for me Channing Tatum just not being able to carry his weight when it comes to acting. And he's usually better when it comes to comedies like this.
Right.
This is a direct ripoff of all the Jewel of the Nile, Romancing the Stone. Maybe not so much War of the Roses, but I think that's what they're trying to do here. I think this, but here's where I'll give them credit. Is I think they made a reboot of Romancing the Stone, because that was the one where she was the writer, right?
Right.
So I think it's a reboot of that without calling it a reboot. Because you and I always say that. Do the same story. Just don't call it the same thing. Give it new characters. People won't remember because it's been 20, 30, 40 years for that movie. Shit, we're old. So for me, I like if I was giving it out of 5, I probably would have given it maybe a 2. But because I think I laughed once or twice. But Harry Potter's horrible in it. No, and you know the worst part was the Brad Pitt thing coming back. When at first he was okay, but okay, spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When he gets his fucking head blown off, that shit was kind of. Yeah. It's gonna sound sadistic. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
When he comes back later, wasn't funny.
No,
the joke fell flat.
Yeah.
It fell absolutely flat. So yeah. I'm sorry. It was just Channing, man. Dude, you're such a good guy in real life for everything we read and shit you do, and you get all these opportunities. Dude, go to an acting coach. Like, listen, this is me saying this as someone who would like to get into acting one day that might have to act against him or with him. It's not a slight. This is what I would say if he was my friend. I would say, listen, you've got the look, you've got the connections. Go get the fucking skills now. Go get a top-rated fucking acting coach somewhere and learn how to fucking really get into these roles. Because I'm telling you, the fault wasn't Sandy B's. It wasn't necessarily Daniel Radcliffe's. And Brad Pitt was good. Because Brad Pitt's always good. Yeah. So, because he took acting lessons. Harry Potter is not awful, Ryan. It was fucking awful. I said Harry Potter in the movie. Daniel Radcliffe was awful.
Who plays the bad guy?
Yeah, and Harry Potter, the franchise, is awful. Awfully great. Send all your hate mail to the Wellandwingnut@gmail.com.
I'll answer.
He will. He really will. Yeah. 1. You've given a 0 before, right?
I have given a 0. Yeah.
Who got the 0? Do you remember?
It was fairly recent, a couple months at least. It was the Choose or Die.
Fair enough, friend. Fair enough. Well, hey, at least there's that for Lost City. It didn't get a 0.
Right.
Well, there you go. So, folks, that's that review there. Watch it at your own jeopardy, if you will.
Yeah, don't take my word for it. You may love this movie. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. But probably not. We've watched it. You're probably not gonna.
Keep the remote close.
Evil Dead cartoon. Oh my God, that would be brilliant. Right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Xena and Hercules, but there was actually a cartoon movie.
Right.
And it was horrible. But so was the show, so it kind of makes sense. And I love that show.
They didn't deviate.
No, it's kept along the same horridness. So
I respect that.
Right. That's it. You have to respect it. All right. Well, Steve, why don't we get to some news?
Let's do it, man.
Shout out to Jordan James for our intro there.
I'm just checking one last time.
And
I have a go-to page that's pretty up to date. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Still no celebrity deaths.
No celebrity deaths this week.
Man, but then we missed last week though, so we didn't do last week, so we missed Fred Ward.
Fred Ward, yeah, we lost Fred Ward from.
Oh wait, no, was that his name? Fred Ward?
Yeah, Fred Ward, yeah,
right from Remo Williams.
Remo Williams, yeah, Tremors.
Man, yeah. Remo Williams growing up was one of my all-time favorite movies, and one of the main reasons why I loved Voyager was that was the first time that I'd seen Kate Mulgrew again since she played Agent Ryan Fleming in Remo Williams. So yeah, maybe that's why I've always been a Voyager fan more than all the other properties. But great movie though. Great, bring us back down when Steve wanted to start off without a death.
So I did you as good as I could, and I got a couple of near-death experiences this week.
That you did. And they started off with?
Yeah, eldest daughter of the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, Amy Osbourne, who was not featured in the TV show. She was at an LA recording studio when a fire broke out, and it escaped with her life with one other person. Unfortunately, one person did perish in the fire, so she considers herself pretty lucky today.
Well, I'd say she's pretty lucky too. But who the fuck is that?
Ozzy's oldest daughter.
Who the fuck is that? I think I remember them mentioning that he had the one daughter that didn't ever want to be on TV, but
they didn't want it to participate in the TV show. Yeah.
Near death's better than no deaths. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I tried. And then the next one,
Blumhouse people.
Right. This next one was unfortunate. They were about to kick off their summer tour, which I have tickets to next Monday in Toronto. Knotfest hit the road, featuring Slipknot and Cypress Hill and another hip-hop group, 2 hip-hop groups opening for Slipknot. Horror, Slipknot, Cypress Hill announced.
Sorry.
Yeah. Cypress Hill announced that Sendog would not be on this year's tour. Unfortunately, he had they're calling it a non-COVID related, just so people, I guess, take that off the board. As you see me there with Sen at Barracuda Pretty in St. Catharines. The Cypress Hill made it. Yeah, that was in St. Catharines at Barracuda Pretty.
No shit.
Yeah, I walked over to him and struck up a conversation with him. He was standing alone at the bar for more than 10 minutes.
Dude.
And after I walked up to him and spoke with him for about 5-10 minutes and then asked if we could take a picture, everybody swarmed him. Was
that a cell phone picture?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Is that on a fucking Nokia?
Probably. Cypress Hill statement read, some of you might have noticed that our brother Sendog was missing from our first night on the tour with Slipknot. Unfortunately, Monday evening, Sen had a non-COVID medical emergency that now requires surgery. After his surgery, he'll be taking some time off for some much-needed rest. We are sorry to say that he will not return for the remaining Slipknot dates. We plan on holding our brother's spot down and wait for him to come back to be with us. His health is first, and he can't wait to be touring again, and he'll be back as soon as he feels fit. Sendog also issued an apology on his social media and thanked fans for the outpour of support that he's been getting. So,
oh man, I mean, hopefully everything works out there for him.
If we have any details within the next week, we'll talk about it next time. So, but really nothing to report as far as what the surgery or emergency was. So,
I've got a near death as well. I'm going to add on to this. CW canceled, as we know. Batwoman, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and just barely making the cut was The Flash. Season 9 will not premiere till 2023 now. The flagship of the Arrowverse now, after Arrow went off the air. It seems to be in jeopardy. Not sure if they'll make 10 seasons. Not sure if the actors actually want to go all the way to 10 seasons. But I mean, at this point, just get your 10 seasons in. collect that paycheck and then move on in your career, and hopefully, get other work and not get typecast. Unless you're Grant Gustin and you want to take over as the Flash in the, Warner Brothers universe. But yeah, just a near miss there with the old Flash. Anyways, segue from that, bitch.
Someone we did lose earlier this year at the age of 61, stand-up comic Norm Macdonald. He taped one final stand-up special that he had written and been working on over the last couple of years. Taped it in his home to be aired in the event of his death. He just said that this material he had was just too good to not get it out to fans, and he really wanted them to have it. So this will be premiering later this month on Netflix, so look for that.
Right on. I mean, I like him, but his humor was always a little dry for me.
He's dry, yeah,
very like really dry. Like he's like really close to British humor, like the old National Lampoons. Stop watching Flash in season 3. Any good? Have I missed much? No, you haven't missed much at all.
It all went by so fast.
It really did. He fights a speedster every other year. That's all you need to know. Gets lost in the Speed Force, messes with time. It's pretty formulaic, but it's a decent show. So I watch it just because I'm disinvested now. Force a habit more than anything. It does. It really does. But I was just looking for something right here. You obviously you watch wrestling, right? Well, you've watched wrestling. You and I have gone.
From the time I was conceived till basically a few years after the Attitude Era ended.
Yeah, and it was a big thing for us. Now, are you familiar with who Stephanie McMahon is?
Yep.
Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, married to Triple H now, daughter of Vincent Kennedy.
I remember their wedding at the drive-thru in Vegas.
Right. That was so great. I wish I had that on.
I love Triple H and I want to marry him.
Like the original Bill Cosby. Too soon?
I'll be Helmsley and not Sherman.
Not Sherman. That was me doing my George Jefferson walk while I'm sitting on my couch. And the best part is you got it right away.
I did.
You're like right away. You're like, oh yeah. Honky. No, I'm not calling you a honky. That's what George Jefferson would say.
That's right.
Wow. Anyways, Steph McMahon has put out a tweet that she is stepping away indefinitely from the WWE, from the majority of her responsibilities there. And seeing as though there was a big portion of the last resurgence we really saw in the WWE that came closest to the Attitude Era would have been maybe the last 4 or 5 years with the NXT, which is kind of like their farm league, which is a developmental league that got a TV contract that Triple H started, where he brought in all these indie stars and just started doing storylines there that were doing better than the main roster stories, like the Raw and the SmackDown. And then recently, obviously, we saw Triple H step down because of heart issues. We reported about that. But before that, Vince McMahon basically took over NXT, gave it an overhaul, and it's a whole thing. It's Vince McMahon. He's trying to control everything there. And I mean, it's his company. It is his company, so I guess he can. But yeah, this is just weird seeing Stephanie step down. And I mean, just lends more to the rumors that the WWE is up for sale and that someone might be looking to buy them. And again, Luke says, hey. It's Triple H. HHH. Oh, that's what Triple H stands for. Hey. Oh, wow. What a dick.
He is a dick. He's like the worst kind of dick, like an Andy dick.
That's the absolute worst kind of dick. There's no worse type of dick than an Andy dick.
At a water park / campground in California Wednesday, police arrived under a call of suspicion of sexual battery, in which Mr. Andy Dick, pictured here, was arrested on those charges. Nothing further to report yet, but this story is unfolding daily.
Not shocked.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't the first time, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this guy gets a pass a lot.
Definitely. He has.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what. And it's weird to think that I don't know how to phrase this properly. There's Andy Dick, who's this weird fucking womanizer that you'd never expect to be a womanizer. And there's David Spade, who's not a womanizer, but just gets a lot of tail that you'd never expect. And excuse the 1970s archaic term of getting a lot of tail. But, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the right way to do it.
Like you said, he's got a reputation for this, and he's always given that. I mean, that's always been his persona, right? Is that weird, creepy?
You wouldn't be surprised if he showed up in a lineup,
right,
for sexual assault of some type. And yeah, I know, but yeah, don't be an Andy Dick. You know, and let's go from one dick to another. No, I'm just kidding. This is just me griping, but Rian Johnson is still a go for his trilogy at Star Wars, according to Kathleen Kennedy and the folks over at Disney. The brain trust, as they will. Rian Johnson's going to be a part of that. And all right, I guess. Yo, Looper's just so bad. Like, that's. I love Bruce Willis. I love JGL. I love time travel. I love sci-fi. This movie's just so fucking boring and so bad. And how are you going to shoot yourself and kill yourself in the future? Because if you shoot yourself, then you never went to the future. So then all the stuff that he did before that never would have happened. So it never would have given you you never would have had to shoot you because you never made it to because then it would have erased everything that he did.
But so
then no one would have given him the fucking instruction. No!
But if it's the first time it happens, does it happen?
No! It never no. Well, maybe, but no, it can't. It's a paradoxical event, I would assume. Like, it's like trying to kill your own father. You can't do that. You can't kill the person that makes you, because then you don't go into the future to stop you from killing. Like, you can't, or go back into the past. No, Rian Johnson, no. And Space Jesus Leia. I'm just saying the tequila's pretty good though. So.
What's it?
No, I'm just reading the comments.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Calm down, Zeus. I'm trying, Ron. I'm trying. It's the Rock tequila. For real. Okay, Will, I am totally with you here. Listen, Steve, I know you love all Star Trek and you like The Last Jedi especially, right? Star Wars, them too. You like The Last Jedi a lot though, right?
I didn't hate it.
Was it your favorite of the sequels?
No, I mean, nothing tops The Force Awakens just for the nostalgia factor alone.
All right, fair.
Yeah.
Did you see the reports that there was talks of
the
Rey?
trilogy?
Right.
No, I'm excluding Rogue One and.
Right. I'm just talking the sequel trilogies. Yeah. Well, yeah. But did you hear that there was talk of Rey actually being a descendant of Obi-Wan, and then somebody shot it down saying Obi-Wan's a Jedi and would never get laid, even though in the Clone Wars he clearly gets laid? Anyways, I'm good.
All right.
What about Logan Long? I don't know what that means. Logan Long dying. Did somebody die named Logan Long? Anyway. Hey, man. I'm sorry, but I'm just walking here. Did you hear that thunder?
Walking. Yes, indeed. Talking. Yes, you and me. Mr. Christopher Walken.
We just need a
Has
little
been
more
cast
cowbell.
in the latest Dune movie.
What?
He's been cast in Dune 2. I guess it's
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he who controls the spice controls all the cowbell. What we need here is more spice.
Spice.
Worst Christopher Walken impersonation ever. I mean, all right. Did you watch the last Dune movie?
I still haven't watched it yet. No.
I watched it. It was okay. Did you watch the original? Like,
Yeah, probably I'm sure at some point in the 80s I did. Yeah.
Me too, and never went back to it.
Yeah.
I remember just as a child though, thinking it was boring as shit, but we were kids, so we didn't really get the connotation between spice and oil or whatever you want to substitute there. But I mean, okay, cool for you.
Not unlike Welland, he who controls the spice here.
Did you see the video I sent you?
No,
You didn't look at that video I sent you?
I don't think so. No.
I sent you a TikTok video, and it was like hacks that you learned when you're older, and it's somebody's got a spatula, and they put it on.
The life hack that you randomly saw one day that is now an
You get it, right? I was like, oh my god, that's such a Welland hack. That's got Golden Brothers written all over it, and if you know, you know. Rewatch Dune, pretty decent 30 years on, Ryan. I mean, no. Maybe. Obi-Wan not getting laid. It's Ewan McGregor, for fuck's sakes. I know. Like the sand would fuck Ewan McGregor.
I know. He'll kill me for saying it on here, but that's Austin's man crush.
It is Ewan McGregor. Well, I mean, that's a good man crush to have. Do you have a man crush? Like, I always hear people say this, like man crushes. Like, is there like, and we always joke about Ryan Reynolds because that's the fucking trend.
Right. That just because it's funny.
Right.
Right.
But do you have like, is there a guy you're like, and I'm not saying like whatever.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying though, like in the
I've always used Ryan Reynolds, but that's just because again, it's funny when you say, you know what I mean? Yeah, I always say Ryan Reynolds. He seems like a cuddler.
Yeah,
that's always my go-to line.
But like a Clint Eastwood,
yeah,
Rob Zombie.
I mean, it's hard to hate Phil Rudd.
Wow, right? Wow.
Not my type, but just his personality, you know.
Right. He's that average dude that just gets all the women because he's so fucking nice.
He just gets it.
So fucking nice. Oh shit, yeah. I don't know if I've got a man crush. I feel like mine should have to be a wrestler for some reason.
They are often underdressed.
Bruce Lee, yo. Like I know Bruce Lee is dead, so that I don't mean like necrophilia or shit, but Bruce Lee was a fucking good looking dude and macho fucking, and that's the thing. When you think man crush, you're thinking about like a man's man. You're not thinking about it in a sexual way. Like it's more of a guy you admire.
Hold on, I need to change my pick.
Damn it. But yeah, I'd say Bruce Lee's the ultimate man's man.
If Amber's watching this, Facebook user, I'll say Travis Fimmel. She'll like that.
Okay, I have no idea who that is.
She'd be into that.
Okay, is it Ray Finkel?
Ray Finkel. It's Ragnar.
Ragnar. Oh,
from Vikings.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake for Ryan. No, but Steve and I both had our
my mom's man crush
was Brutus the Barber. You know who my mom's was? Out of many. But the one that I remember the most from when I'm a kid, the one that always pops in my head, Billy fucking Ocean. Caribbean Queen.
That's my favorite.
Oh my God. Facebook user just.
No, man crush?
Yeah.
Oh, man crush?
Yeah, who's my man crush?
Ryan Reynolds.
See, just because I always say it. I'm like, I always say Ryan Reynolds just because it's funny, but I don't know.
You know what's funny? No guys ever say it.
Oh yeah, that's like my number one on my list. Travis Fimmel. He's number one on the hall pass.
I feel like guys never ever say The Rock.
Ew, why? He doesn't look real. It's like a cartoon, dude.
Yeah.
He would be yours because you like superheroes. There you go.
No, you wouldn't. Be. I just said Bruce Lee's mine.
Billy Ocean, I love his. Oh my god, that's my jam.
So
I'm not allowed to play at the house. I can do the car by myself.
Not to go off on tangents because we don't do that. But speaking of man crushes, so there's a movie on Netflix called The D Train.
Oh jeez.
Starring Jack Black
James Marsden.
and James Marsden.
He's on my list too.
So
James Marsden's on your list?
Yeah, he's like at the bottom.
Cyclops?
Oh yeah, he's fucking sexy.
So the premise of this movie is it's years later, and Jack Black, he's part of the reunion committee, and they're planning the 30-year reunion. And James Marsden moved on to Hollywood after high school and was in a commercial for like suntan lotion or something, and then never did anything else. But of course, everybody back home in this small town saw it. They're like, "Oh my god, he was in a commercial." And the plans for planning this thing are going horrible. And they're like, what if we could get him to come to the reunion? Then everybody would come, right? Because everybody's. And so he comes up with this elaborate plan to get his boss to pay for him to go to California to track this guy down. Ends up finding him. They end up going out for drinks. And this is about 35 minutes into the movie. Then all of a sudden they go back to James Marsden's place and start making out. Like, I mean, making out.
Called?
The D Train has a whole new meaning now.
Oh yeah.
They cut to them waking up in bed together. Marsden gets out, goes to the washroom. As Jack Black awakens and sits up, Marsden comes out of the bathroom, says, "That was fun last night." And Jack Black flashes back to him and Marsden behind him.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is not I mean, that aside, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying this is not a comedy. Like, at this point, I haven't laughed once. I was like, what is this? So I start looking it up. They filmed this movie in 26 days because of Jack Black's schedule. I guess Tenacious D was touring at the time, and this was supposed to be like this big serious role for him and change his acting persona. And wow.
I was like, what did they take before they made this? Like, seriously, it's fucked up.
Well,
it gets weirder than that.
Yeah.
From there.
Oh yeah.
It gets weirder.
What is it weirder than?
You can't look away.
The D Train did yeah.
Yeah.
Is it weirder than Ocean's 8?
It's like watching Tusk.
Ocean's 8.
Did you watch Ocean's 8?
I didn't. I don't think I watched Ocean's 11.
You didn't watch any of the Ocean 11s? Movies?
I watched the first one.
Yeah, that was Ocean's 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was the second one.
No, Ocean's 11 was the first one because it was based on the Frank Sinatra movie, Ocean's 11.
Okay.
And they hit 11 different casinos.
Right.
And then Ocean's 12 was like.
I have a question in the audience.
Okay, it's for you, though. What time will you be done? Can we go to the beer store together?
What?
No.
Because it's pouring rain as soon as I went to go.
There's an umbrella in the trunk.
Yeah, good.
Here, I'm thinking that was something to do with the show.
Right?
I'm like, she's got a show-related question right on. No. She couldn't ask us between the hours.
Have you seen Tusk, Brian?
No.
Okay, well, I can't. Well, then it's like watching Tusk. It's really bad, but you have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm good.
2 hours, you're not getting back.
I don't want to watch Tusk or Yoga Hosers. And I love Kevin Smith.
D-Train.
Yeah,
I love Kevin Smith.
Speaking of D-Train, you're sidetracking us right now.
Yeah. To get off the D train. Speaking of Ocean's 11.
That took a long time getting there.
There's an Ocean's 11 prequel coming our way, starring none other than Margot Robbie. No word yet on anyone else that's going to be in this movie, whether we'll see Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, or maybe even Sandra Bullock, who in the Ocean's 8 movie, we found out was George Clooney's sister. But they did say that George Clooney's character had died, Danny Ocean. But we never saw it on screen.
Billy Ocean.
Caribbean Queen, we were robbing you this evening. Yeah, I'll be all right. It's Ocean's 10. Is it Ocean's 10? No, it's Ocean's 8, believe it or no, it's Ocean. I don't know what it's called. It's Oceans. It's an Oceans movie. Ocean's 1. Okay.
Oceans they're so vast. those movies.
And they're fluid, and they could, there's no telling. It's a bumpy ride. It is. It's like trying to follow a Kathleen Kennedy movie or her train of thought,
or a Kathleen Kennedy press conference,
which is nobody can follow that shit.
Right.
Free Ocean.
Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy made a few statements this week, one pertaining to Star Wars, saying that they will no longer be casting younger actors in the roles of already established Star Wars characters.
Let me just say, this is a dumb idea.
Yeah.
If you do not cast Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker for post Return of the Jedi, you're missing the boat. Sebastian Stan says he wants to do it. Mark Hamill has signed off on it. Give us our Luke Skywalker post Return of the Jedi. When the temple gets attacked, give us all that stuff. Him establishing the new Jedi temple.
This is all stemming from the disappointing box office of Solo, which I've said many times. The second they introduced the idea of this movie, I shat all over it.
Yeah,
I was there opening night because I'm a Star Wars fan, and I went and saw it again within the first week. I loved this movie, and the fact that we're not getting a Solo 2 is so disappointing to me.
Yeah,
because the way they set it up, they totally set it up for a sequel.
I don't think we're getting a Mara Jade at all, Greg, just because with the sequels, Mara Jade was one of Luke's kids, right?
Yes.
In the extended unit. And Luke doesn't have any kids in the actual canon, so you could make there's no reason why you couldn't introduce her as Leia and Han's other kid that they just happen not to have mentioned.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get away with that, but
yeah.
Oh no! Oh yeah, it was Luke's wife, Mara Jade. What was their kid's name? Now I forget now, because I wasn't as huge into the extended universe, especially once they said it wasn't canon anymore.
A lot of people make this connection
because of the Last Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah, it was released 4 months after Last Jedi.
And Zombie Leia. In outer space. I'm just saying. Ryan Johnson, he seemed like he hated Star Wars. Honestly, it really did. It's like, fuck Luke Skywalker, fuck the Skywalkers, fuck all this shit. I'm going to make Star Wars my way.
I really enjoyed Rogue One, too. I thought they were both really good movies. It was probably the first Star Wars film.
Yeah. I think Rogue One, I still say, for me, is my favorite out of all the Star Wars movies. I don't think there's a better one than that. So,
we have another show-related question.
Did I miss a review?
Yes.
Okay, because I wanted to know what it was. Oh. Okay.
But you will like it, Amber.
She doesn't think I'm going to tell her, but I am.
You'll like it, Amber.
That
Nobody else does.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, Chris, yeah. This got good. This fun. I was watching, yeah.
Hey, we named the dog Indiana.
We did. That was the other little piece of Lucasfilm news we had to talk about. They also said they would no longer, or they have no plans, nor are they even talking about in the future casting anyone else in the role of Indiana Jones other than Mr. Harrison Ford.
And didn't they say there'd be no Indiana Jones movies at all without Ford? Like, you can't have an Indiana. You can, I don't know, Legacy of Indy or something like that. But
yeah.
But I know they were talking about Chris Pratt back in the day taking over the role, and I'm really happy that didn't happen. I like Pratt as an actor. I just don't like him as Indy.
Yeah. No, it's a tough role for anyone to take on, I think.
Is Amber adding half a point to the review? She's trying. How about an indie cartoon? Ooh, bringing us back to the beginning of the episode. I'm down.
I like it.
Like, even before he becomes a teacher. Professor Jones. We got our first look at the new CW Gotham Knights show. No idea who's playing who here. It's everybody out of costume. So, I mean, Red Hood's in this, Harper Rose in this, Orphan's in this, but I don't know if that's any of them. They just released a photo. Good job, CW. Good job. That wasn't the only photos we saw this weekend, but I'm a little bit out of order here. But you had some HBO news about a show we both like, but maybe a little off on this season.
Yeah, we both really started out really liking the show. I'm a big Bill Hader fan. I also love Stephen Root in everything he does. But season 3 has taken a weird turn. Despite that, HBO has announced that a 4th season of Barry will be coming.
They have to switch it up here a little bit, though, right?
Yeah. Something needs to happen before the finale this year.
Every episode, I'm left just like,
Yeah.
Which never happened in the first 2 seasons. So
Right.
I don't know if they just wrote this season too quickly or what, but man, I hope.
Maybe it was originally a 2-season story, and now they're adding on. Which happens.
That's a good possibility.
That's what happened with what was the one we started watching about the kids that were living on Earth?
Oh, the 100.
The 100, yeah, really great till the book ended, and then
they picked up again after you fell off, but it still wasn't.
Yeah,
it was okay, but not like it was those first few seasons. That's for sure. Getting back a little bit to the Kathleen Kennedy thing, but not really so much her, but just Star Wars altogether. Variety did a photo shoot with all the upcoming Star Wars shows. We got Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka. Of course, we got Pedro Pascal, his Mandalorian outfit. Ewan McGregor in his Obi-Wan outfit for Obi-Wan. And Diego Luna from Andor. Which, of course, from Rogue One. Yeah. And then, of course, we also got some pictures from the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which comes out next week, I believe, right?
Yeah, next Friday, I think.
Yeah, the 25th. So I'm excited for this. How about you?
Yeah, I definitely can't wait. I'm glad that they're now at least open to the idea of a second season, because we've been told since the beginning that this was going to be a limited thing. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Same. Off topic, my family's heading to Canada this summer. Oh, Canada, where are you heading to? You coming to the Niagara region? Are you going to get your family to come by and take a picture with the Wellandwingnut and Zeus? We'll try not to smell too badly of weed. Probably won't happen, though. Yeah.
Either someone forgot to do their shirt laundry or...
That's weird. But yeah, looking forward to those. You're not out of stories, are you?
Nope.
No, not at all. You've got another one right here. Never say never.
Never say never. Always say yes to a video game turned into a movie. Twisted Metal. This is not a movie, but it's going to be a TV show on Peacock. 30-minute long action comedy. Twisted Metal from Cobra Kai director Michael Johnson Smith has announced Neve Campbell's joining the cast.
Right on. Now, is she joining as that clown?
I don't know,
because every time I've seen this story, they've had that picture with it.
I mean, he was the face of the franchise for many years.
Was that Sweet Tooth though? Because we know who's like. There's other people that were announced for this, and I can't think of it offhand.
Yeah. These are games we played. These are games we played. At least the first few
on PlayStation 1, I think it was. I'd love to meet you guys in real life. We are going to British Columbia. Oh. Only a 3-hour flight away from where we are. The other side of Canada.
Or a week's drive.
And you know what's funny that I'm just finding out now? So, you know how in Canada it takes us like, what, a week to drive to BC? A week and a half?
And 5 days of that is just getting out of Ontario.
For England, you could drive all of like from Ireland to Scotland, all through England to Amsterdam and all that in less time, probably double that. Like, Canada is fucking huge. We're like Russia.
It's the only place where you can drive north like 15, 16, 17 hours and still be in the same place.
Right. Or drive west from where we are. You hit the plains, and it's just like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's where flat earthers come from.
Literally, you can watch your dog run away for 3 days.
It is massive here. It's not the size that counts. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
We love the little countries too, though.
Just look at the U.S. Army. They've got the biggest army. That's why they win. All right. Talked about that. We also got some Daredevil news. Not only did Disney Plus pick up all the Netflix series, they just confirmed they are working on a Daredevil series. And it was also leaked that it's going to be a continuation from the Netflix series. So, no, folks, they're not watering this shit down. We're getting season 4. All that shit was canon that happened before. Stop complaining, saying that Disney's going to tame shit. We see Tommy Lee's dick every week.
Talking dick.
Just stop. Just stop. Stop looking for shit to be outraged about before it even happens. I'm personally fucking stoked about this. Not only I'm stoked about it because they're continuing from there, but now MCU is involved in it so that we can tie it up so that it actually meshes in with all the movies and all the other shows. It's perfect. So I'm liking where we're at. So that's just me. That's just me. I'm not like, one of the Wayans brothers just saying shit all the time to try to get some press.
Yeah.
That's the worst segue ever.
And Ryan, or Zeus, will be happy to know that this movie is probably one step closer to not happening because Marlon Wayans has said he won't do White Chicks 2 or even consider doing it unless they can somehow digitally turn them. Like hours of makeup, obviously, sitting in the makeup chair for this movie. So, and we've heard multiple actors say over the years how painstaking this is.
I mean, I'm okay with that. We all know how I feel about this movie, all right?
This is Ryan's 0.
It is. This is my 0. Like, this is my -1. Good. This movie the first should never have been made. Should never have been made.
Lots of laughs. Lots of laughs.
I mean, yeah.
I've seen it more than once.
Listen, if it gets made, I'm happy for you and for anyone else who likes it. But I'm good. Once you've had Chad, you end up. Stop it.
That's true.
Was that from that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember because I blocked most of that movie out of my head. Well, going from White Chicks to Wrestling Chicks, the WWE Tag Team Champions for the women's division, Sasha Banks and Naomi, Sasha Banks in the blue hair there, cousin of Snoop Dogg, walked away from Monday Night Raw and just walked out on the company. The company has not released them. They did release a statement saying that both Sasha Banks and Naomi are now suspended. It's not known because this is wrestling and we never know with shit like this whether it's a work, whether it's fake, a work, or whether it's a shoot, which means it's real. From a lot of indications from what we're seeing, though, this is real. And Sasha Banks just pulled another Sasha Banks and walked out on the company trying to get more money or trying to leave to go to AEW. We don't know. But yeah, both women have been suspended. And if they are trying to leave, this is Vince McMahon. If you're under contract, there's no way he's letting you leave. Yeah. You will sit on the sideline not doing anything for the remainder of your contract, and that'll be the way it is. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. Not the first time it's happened. Ooh, some bad boys there though.
What you gonna do?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna play some video games.
Yeah, we are both big gamers. Have been for years. We grew up in the video game era. I pre-ordered this. The game came out on Friday the 13th, so a week ago, and it's tough, man. It's getting great scores, getting great reviews. Obviously, there's going to be some bugs with any new game, and most of the reviews, brought up those points. But all that stuff aside, the environment, awesome.
Really?
Yeah, like I played this in the middle of the day, and I was getting jump scared.
No way.
Like the environment is so real. They did a great job with that. The Deadites fucking come out of nowhere. You'll hear them for a half a second, and if they're not in your line of sight, by the time you turn around, they are on top of you.
Really?
Yeah.
But you can play as the Deadites as well, right?
You can play as the evil as well. Yeah. A lot of unlockable characters from everything from Army of Darkness to Ash versus Evil Dead TV series. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10, despite the bugs as I talked about, and they did 500,000 units in the first week, so not bad.
That's not bad at all. Give it to them for that.
No difficulty settings, and as I said, this game is tough.
Well, you said there's no checkpoints,
right? Yeah, so there's a few times where there's like little cut scenes. So like you said, it's a major step in the game, and usually you get past those once you get to the next one. So it took me about 8 tries to get past the first one, and then I cruised. I got right to the final one. There was 4 main components to the first mission, and after I'd gotten over that hill with the first one, kind of zipped through it right to the last one, died right away. So I'm like, all right, I got this now. Had a hard time even getting past that first one again, a couple times probably. And yeah, like you said, no checkpoints. No, you're going back to the beginning of the mission every time.
Yeah.
Having to go around collecting health, bullets. It's like,
that's a lot, but it sounds like it's a fun game though.
A very fun game, graphics, some great final kills.
Is it a good tribute to the series?
Oh yeah, it's so good. The Deadites, like I said, very scary. Ash has got his chainsaw, he's got his boomstick. Like I said, some great finishing moves with the chainsaw paired with the boomstick. So
nice, like it. I like it a lot. Well, sounds like a fun game. I almost bought the game, but I haven't. And then you kind of scared me off a little bit with the no checkpoints because I would be so mad if I went through like 3 levels and I had to go back to the beginning.
Less than happy. Yeah, I would say wait till this game comes down to about half price because it was an $87 game.
Yeah. Oh.
And they've already announced some DLC, some extra levels that are going to be added this summer. So.
All right. Well, there you go. I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait till I get my PS5. Who knows? But I ain't buying yet. Speaking of not buying, did you know that EA Sports or EA, Electronic Arts, the video game producer, has been shipping themselves out, trying to sell themselves off. A deal just fell through with NBC. Now they just try to strike a deal with Disney, Apple, Amazon, all trying to get their rights. This is all after, Microsoft buying Blizzard. I mean, knee-jerk reaction. I don't know what this is about, whether they're just trying to save their company. Like, EA makes a lot of money, so I can't see why. But, all right. Maybe this is because I heard talk that, who was it? Was it Netflix or somebody was starting to offer video games on their apps as well, which would be pretty dope. So, but yeah, all right.
Netflix has dabbled in it. There's a couple interactive games and stuff on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I think I saw that they said they were going to do it. So I haven't tried yet, but I think I actually canceled my Netflix quite a while ago. Meh. I'll get it back when there's a show on there I want to watch. Just saying. But you lost all the Marvel shows, so you lost me. Speaking of lost, a lot of people thought that we're under the impression that after the slap heard around the world, that Will Smith had lost Bad Boys 4 that was in pre-production at the time of the Oscars. Turns out Sony chair Tony Ratham says the movie has never been on hold and that it is indeed still in pre-production, and we will see a Bad Boys 4. And this makes sense, though. The last Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys 3, made $426.5 million, which is not a bad payday. That was all in profit. So, yeah, good for them. I would do it again, too. The Will Smith thing, it is what it is. It was a weird, bad moment that he had. And maybe he's had more. I don't know. But
And it will fade in time.
yeah, exactly. So he's got his 10-year ban. Let him have at least have his franchise here.
Yeah, like I said, we've heard over the last few weeks a lot of his projects being canceled. Bright 2 has been canceled. A few others.
Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. So I hear. Yes, they sing. And I got a couple other stories here before we go. Pete Davidson, I don't have the picture here for it, but expected to leave Saturday Night Live after tonight's season finale.
Yeah, Kate
Been on the show
McKinnon.
since 2014.
Kate McKinnon's last show as well.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. They didn't include that. Sexism. No. But comicbook.com, you bastards. But yeah, so both final shows for them. Not sure when Kate started, though. Probably around the
there's
same
4
time.
cast members leaving tonight. The other 2 names didn't ring a bell to me.
Oh, writers probably would be my guess.
More background characters.
Could very well be. And we got our first look at, well, not our first look, but another look at The Rock as Black Adam. And then finally, I watched the new Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie starring John Mulaney and Andy Samberg as the titular Chippendale. I got to tell you, dude, this movie was pretty fucking funny. Roger Rabbit's in this movie, and there are so many cameos in this movie. This is a Disney movie that has cameos from HBO. So Disney owns Marvel, and we're getting DC characters in this. Like, it was all over the place. It was like watching Ready Player One and Roger Rabbit with that amount of cameos and crossovers. It was awesome. Put it this way, Steve, remember when Sonic the Hedgehog movie first was announced and we saw that first picture of Sonic the Hedgehog and people freaked out and they had to redesign it?
Yeah.
The original Sonic is a character in this fucking movie. A prominent character in the movie. The one with the human teeth.
That's awesome.
It's so good. It was a really funny movie. I was really pleasantly surprised with it. I was telling my kid about it, Phoenix, my youngest. I'm like, oh yeah, I watched the Chippendale movie. I watched the Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie.
Yeah, you got to be specific. It's not the other
Well,
Chippendale.
and here's the funny part. So I said that, and I'm like, the Chippendale Rescue Ranger movie. And she gave me a weird look. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I couldn't believe all the crossovers they had from Disney to Bugs Bunny to Roger. She's like, really? In a Chippendale movie? I'm like, yeah, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. It's like, well, it's a Disney show. She's like, that was on Disney? And I'm like, yeah. My kid had no idea that Chip and Dale were cartoon characters. She only knew the strippers. Do I blame myself? It's not my fault. And how does she know that? How did she know the strippers? How long did it take to realize that the original Chippendale Rescue Rangers costumes were based on Indiana Jones and Magnum? We knew that. Well, I want to say that I knew that back in the day, but I probably didn't. But we've been sharing the meme of that since early days of Ryan's All Things Geek. So it's since at least 2011. I watched a Chippendale movie, not what my kids had told me it was about. Seemed a little Wait, what? I have no idea. Luke, and I thought the tequila was getting to me.
Hold on, Luke. I got to catch up, man.
I think he's Welsh. Steve's had it. He's like, I'm out. I'm sorry. That's been enough for me today.
Okay, read that last comment again. No.
Really? Because I don't want to.
No.
Yeah, I had no clue back in the original days. What was the little bug's name? It was Zipper? Zipper, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Sure.
But he's in the movie, and he actually talks, because in the cartoon he didn't talk. And it's Dennis Haysbert, who was President Palmer on 24. Also played God in Lucifer. Yep, Zipper. Sounds right. It was definitely Zipper. That's the spirit, Steve. Don't I have a rule about reading Luke's texts first before I post them?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I need to stick to that. All right, well, I think that's basically it for what I have for stories there. What about you?
Yeah, that's it. Next week, as I said, my movie review will be the new Blumhouse version of Firestarter, starring Zac Efron and some young lady whose name I don't know.
No, me neither. Hey, I have a question. What is next week, though? Are we in June yet next week?
Oh, not next week. Sorry. Apologies. Not next week. Next week, Ryan and I will be at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Weekend after.
So we might be here next week, or we might not be here for 2 weeks. Depends. We have no idea what's happening next week. But we will try to be here, though, for sure next week.
But we'll chime in live from Niagara Falls Comic-Con. So
For sure. And we'll have a bunch of panels to do. And maybe we'll try to live stream one of those panels.
Yeah.
So, which will be fun. I don't think we've actually done that before. Got 3 comments before we go here. No, Comic-Con is 2 weeks away. That's correct. Grandma taught her Chippendale. Yeah. My mom did run a strip bar. And in grade 7, I did get sent home from school on Halloween for showing up to school on Halloween as a Chippendale. Not as Chippendale, but as a Chippendale. I had the bow tie, the cufflinks, no shirt, and the spandex. Much love, guys.
we do have that picture. Not with us, but we do have that picture.
We do have that picture. Go search it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Anyways, Steve, you got anything else, buddy?
No, I don't think so, man.
All right. Well, from
Party
the
going, from Jackass.
Anyways, from the Wellandwingnut. It's your boy Zeus. Hope you all had a good show. We will all see you, hopefully, next week. Have a good night.